Okay, now I got two questions to ask everybody. This only applies to die-hard fans of whatever team, honestly. But it only applies to die-hard fans because I figure they're the only people that can answer these two questions. One, I was listening to the radio, WIP, and then caller, they're kind of talking about how, well, what would you do if, you're a diehard fan of such and such team, or in this case, Philly teams. What would you do if you had children and they grew up and they decided to say, hey, we're Giants fans or Packers fans or whatever. But how would that affect you as a diehard, in my case, Philadelphia fan, Eagles fan? Me, myself personally, I would be raising my kids to the Eagles, Sixers, Flyers, and Phillies, of course. And if they come out to me and say, hey, Dad, I want to go with the Chargers, whatever, any team. Number one sin, though, under my roof, in this house, number one sin is to say you're a Cowboys fan. No. You're buying your own way to college then. But what would you do? What would you do? How would you react to that? That's my question number one. If you want to raise your children to be under the same fan base umbrella as you, representing one city, how would you react if they said that they wanted to branch off and become a fan of another team in another city? So that's question one. Question two, sort of different. Just curious how everybody, this applies to everybody as well, how you became a fan of your team that you are now, NFL. How you became a fan of the Eagles, how you became a fan of the Giants or 49ers, whatever team. Just curious. So, let me know. And, for me, like I'm sure most people are going to say, probably is, I grew up that way. My father taught me how to be an Eagles fan. Just a Philly sports fan, So, it's kind of been passed down. My grandfather was at the 1960 Eagles versus, Green Bay Packers NFL championship game. The last championship we won, 60 years ago. Or no, I'm sorry, 50 years ago. So, yeah, for me, it's just been passed down, And of course, the Flyers didn't come until the 60s, but and then the Phillies have been around since the 1800s. But and the Sixers have been around for a long time too. So it's been like generation to generation, passed down through my family, and that's pretty much where I'm at with that. So, how have you become a fan of whatever teams that you are a fan of? So, just let me know, comments, or even post a video response. So, those are my two questions. So, peace.